shame, shame. Shameful! Shameful! Do something good for the planet. Just do something good for the planet. Help us stop this insane torture. Shame, shame, shame. Shameful. Just shameful.
No, you wouldn't, huh? You wouldn't, would you? Huh? Yeah, shut the window. Go ahead, shut the window. Yeah. I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. Score את הפה. סגור את הפה. סגור את הפה.
אני מציעה כדי שלא יהיה פה בעיות שהוא לא ידבר לא יפה אלינו וגם אנחנו נדבר יפה.
בת אלף זונה.
תדבר נורא יפה אליי גם.
תקי שרמוטה.
לא, כי זה לא יפה. הוא לא יודע מה הוא אומר.
What was just said? What was just said?
He said that she's garbage.
I'm sorry?
That she's garbage.
I don't know how to say that.
This is a picture of what happens, protesters say, to the chickens, which they say are being killed inside this facility. We haven't seen the chickens because there's a black fence that's been set up there to basically prevent us from seeing what's happening behind the scenes. So, Addie, you are a hero in Tel Aviv, and you are from Israel, born in Israel. What is your objection to this ritual, which purportedly involves swinging chickens over the head and killing them, which you say is going on back there? But obviously I haven't seen what's going on back there. I don't know, but that's what the basis of the protest is.
Okay, I don't know if many people know that there are two ways of doing Kapporot. One is with coins and one with chicken. And neither one is better than the other as far as the outcome of the Kapporot itself. Okay? So if I took a sock and I put coin in the sock and I swing it around my head and I want to do Kapporot, it has an identical effect as if you do it with chicken. So now the Bible, and I'm being Jewish and I know about all these laws, you know, had a mercy for animals mentioned about 11 times there. So now why put an innocent animal into suffering and put them and torture them over your head where you have another way of doing it which will accomplish exactly the same thing? That is the question, and I think it's just a matter of an ego. I want to do this thing because that's how I want to do it.
So the folks on this side are, oh yeah, sure.
The Jewish Journal.
Oh, you're the Jewish Journal, yeah. Well, the folks on this side are, this is the Jewish Journal right here, and then purportedly this ritual is happening behind us. Again, I can't say for sure because they won't let us back there. And I've asked some of the counter-protesters. There were some young men who came out with signs that said religious liberty and essentially accused the protesters here of violating their freedom to exercise their religion. What's your response to that, Addie?
I didn't hear you because there's somebody disturbed me.
In response to their argument, which they didn't verbalize, but it was on their sign, that they are exhibiting their own religious liberty and you're interfering with it.
We're not interfering with their liberty because they're doing a variety of things throughout the year. They have a synagogue in here, they go into Shabbat, they walk with the way they want to dress. Nobody is harassing the Jews here, especially in Woodland Hills. That doesn't happen. This ritual is, in some opinion, in opinion of some really high rabbis, is barbaric. And that is the opinion of rabbis within the Jewish community for many, many years, thinking that this should have been abandoned and should not be done. Okay, so when you're just stubborn and you just want to do it, of course it affects the neighborhood and affects the people, and they just don't want to see chicken killed in the alley here. And it's not even done correctly according to the Jewish law, because if you do it, second part of it is that you have to actually give the dead chicken after you slaughter it to tzedakah, which is charity for food. If you don't do it, you're in violation of the entire Kapporot. You can't do 50% of Kapporot and then don't do the other 50. Now we have seen what happened to the chicken after the fact, which would be tomorrow morning, sanitation would come here and take the chicken and put them in a plastic bag and take them to the dump. This is in violation of the Jewish law, so he's not even following what he's supposed to do from start to end. So he might as well do it with coins.
We invite the rabbi on any time to tell his side of the story, or anybody who is in that building. What I find fascinating, having been to Israel with you, Addie, and you are a hero in Tel Aviv for having rescued 1,250 monkeys that were going to go to laboratories, is that Israel is the hotbed of animal rights. They had the largest animal rights protest there ever just the other day, with more than 30,000 people marching for animal rights and for veganism. Do you find it ironic that we're here at this protest when Israel is at the forefront of animal rights?
No, because this is an individual opinion of Rabbi Nathan. In the conversation that I had with him, he said, over my dead body. I mean, this is really, would I ever stop this thing? It is really an extreme to think that it will take, I mean, if he literally think about that he will go all the way for him being dead, and this is more important to him than his life. Oh, that's what he told me. I said, how is it even possible that you think this way, that doing this ritual is more important to you than anything else? We don't tell, nobody's protesting here ever during the year. And in Israel, they hardly ever do this thing. They know better. You know, I can't recall seeing this thing in Israel. You know, and there are so many Jews in Israel and so many rabbis go against it.
Thank you, Addie Gill, who runs a rescue and who's a noted animal rights activist, and who I know, because I went to Tel Aviv with you, is recognized as a hero in Israel. Thank you for
One
that.
thing, I can also say that I came from a long Jewish rabbi family going back in centuries, you know, so I am aware, although I'm not religious myself, I am aware of what the laws are and what you should and should not do.
Thank you, Addie Gill. And we're going to move on to some of the other protesters here. It's very interesting, and we now have a rabbi. Rabbi Klein. Good to see you. Rabbi Klein, you are here. I've been waiting for you.
Yes.
I was told that a rabbi was going to be here protesting. Thank you for speaking up. Why are you against this ritual? And how would you describe the ritual? I don't want to describe it. You're a rabbi. Can you paint a picture?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a ritual that started in around, there are just different estimates, probably around 900 CE. So about 1,100 years ago. And this is a ritual where they used to take a little seedling and throw it in the water and say, all my sins are on this seedling, throw it in the water, and that was it. Now what happened over time is people like blood and gore, and so they take chickens and do the same ritual, and it's supposed to be an expiation of sin.
What do they do though?
What they literally do is they take a chicken and they wave it over the head like 3 times and say, this is my sin, this is my compensation, this is my repentance. And then they take it and they and it will go to its death, and I will have a year of life. And they then cut its throat, and in this world they throw it away. Now they will lie to you and say that it's going to the poor, but it isn't. They have to throw it away because state code won't allow them to donate it without a slaughter license. So we know they're all getting dumped.
Wow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Again, I invite the rabbi who's came out here and talked to some of the protesters, specifically Addie. We invite them on anytime. All right. Thank you, Rabbi. We'll be back.
Are we correct? We're having a argument, Jane. So
I don't want
we can
this.
use coins. She doesn't agree with.
Of course I don't agree
with any of this.
Don't film me.
Well, we're in a public street, ma'am.
No, and I'm a public human being, and I'm asking you not to.
Whoa!
Don't.
She can film me, Jane. She can film me.
I'm on a public street.
Exactly.
She just have to stop
I'm on a public street.
Yes, she does. I'm a civil servant, and I'm in public.
Well, then get off the public street.
No, you get off the public street.
Film me.
Hey! No! Do not videotape. Get off. Let go of it. Let go. Let go. Get off the public street. Videotape.
Get off.
She's videotaping already. Let go.
Come here.
Let go of me.
Come here.
Let go of me.
You're on a public street.
Let go of me.
Leave.
Let go of me. Arrest her.
Crazy. Arrest her.
Arrest her.
Wow. She was arguing with me. Wow. You don't argue with me. I mean, don't argue with me. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
So, what just happened?
She was attacking me and saying that we're attacking this tradition, and there's an alternative. You use coins. You know, the rabbi said that that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're going to be humane, you use coins. You know, there's no need to slit a chicken's throat like they're doing in the back right here. So she was yelling at me and challenging me, and I said, you know, I have a news network. We're here, you know, filming. And we're doing the right thing. We're speaking on behalf of the voiceless. Why are you? And she's like, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. I said, why are you challenging me? All we're doing is trying to be a voice for the voiceless. This is not fair. Why are you on a public sidewalk challenging me, who we've actually gone undercover in slaughterhouses and seen what happens?
We can talk, and that's fine. Dialogue is great.
But they're violent people, Jane. They're violent people. Their answer to everything, even a new year, is to do violence. So it's not really surprising, is it?
No, we were getting in an argument. So, wow.
And then she questioned. Wow. Everything's great, officer. I don't want to press charges or anything. These things happen, and it's emotional, and I understand. Even though I was attacked. She grabbed me. She grabbed my. I'm here on a public street videotaping just like you are, and you know, demonstrations we all get in videotape. She said I wasn't allowed to point the camera. She grabbed my shit, and there was a huge scuffle that occurred. But I understand it's emotional. I think that if we want to practice peace, you know, we've got to just say that sometimes emotions go over the top, and I understand it. I have no ill will for that. Religion is very, very sensitive, and I have compassion for people who are trying to make their way through this issue, but I also have compassion for animals. I do feel that we have to speak for those who can't.
I know. I was like just about to fix that. I was like,
my name is Jane Velez-Mitchell, and I'm a journalist that covers animal rights. I cover the animal rights world.
I'm sorry, getting excited. Oh, really?
So what happened, Jen?
She attacked me.
So was it?
She came after me.
So who put his hand on whom first?
She did. I couldn't touch her. I'm a witness, nor would I want to touch her. I've been a journalist for 38 years.
Now you are aware that this is an assault, correct?
Well, yeah, but
yes or no?
I'm not interested in pursuing that. I want to practice peace.
Okay, let me ask you another question before you go away, because I know you want to ignore that issue.
Yes.
Last year, when a woman supposedly committed a crime, the rabbi had her arrested. Right. Now, a crime, and what happened to you right now, is a crime. It's an assault, right? Do you want to put a stand to this? Because part of the protest, the peaceful protest, and now we have police to protect us, and then is not for us to say, listen, you know what? If they hit us, we're just here to protest.
Well,
do you believe that
Jesus do?
Well, Jesus, this is not funny because
no,
it's not funny.
Funny.
It's not funny.
I take spiritual guidance, and I think that if I want to practice peace, I'm not going to press charges because that's not what I'm here to do.
But you know what the message is.
Search for the truth, and you know.
Now,
it's not something that I'm interested in.
Okay, let me flip the question on you right now. Okay, what would have happened if she hit you?
Well, if she
No, I'm sorry. No, the other way. What would have happened if you hit her?
I don't know. I can't speak for
Would
her.
you like me to tell you what would have happened?
Okay.
You would have been inside that van over there, and you would have been escorted to the police station, and you've been arrested, and you've been taken out on a $50,000 bail, and you would have had to have your day in court. That's exactly what would have happened.
But Addie, don't you see that the difference in our approaches is that we don't believe in violence?
But it doesn't.
So we're going to try to practice peace wherever we can. That's the whole basis of the vegan movement.
Yeah, but the law is there to protect one person against the other person. So when one person is assaulting the other person can actually take a step back and not do anything.
Are you mad at me because I'm not
yes, I am.
Charges?
Yes, because that sends a message. Your message sends that it's okay to do it. That's exactly the message. It's okay for them, because if you did it, it would not be okay. If she does it, you are allowed a behavior like that to happen because you don't want to get involved. This is not a stand that you take. You take
I'm involved. I'm right here, right in the middle. I am definitely involved. I just feel that if we're going to evolve as a species, that we can't just be reactive and try to get retribution. If I were injured, I might think differently, but I'm not injured. I'm fine. And so I know you probably think it's cowardice, but it's really that I like to try to, you know, peace isn't over there, somewhere far away. Peace is here, inside me, with every decision I make throughout the course of the day.
I think you're.
And I want to try to, in this situation, practice peace. I wasn't hurt. I think she was emotional, and I'm trying to have compassion for her, and that I think is more important than making a point.
Well, I think your approach is being, and this is my opinion, is being naive. And I'm looking at what's going on now in this country. Yeah, and I believe that when somebody is hurting somebody else, or somebody is committing a crime, or somebody is doing anything which hurts other people, they should be actually held responsible for that, and they had to have their day in court, explain of why they did it. If not, we would have an anarchy. And the anarchy can be stopped only by people like yourself stopping something like that. Because that is why the police is here, for somebody like you to go after her and put her in prison tonight. And that would send a message to somebody else later on and say, you know what? We cannot do it.
Well, I appreciate your point. I do. I'm just trying to, you know, maybe we should bring the rabbi in.
No, what's the point? I hate to ask.
Addie thinks I should.
I want to show something. This is what another synagogue is doing.
Yeah.
They said we can't do Kapporot this year, and they're not doing it with animals. They're using money instead. And they're doing the right thing, and I think we should also commend those that do the right thing. And that's why we're here, and that's what we're trying to advocate for. So we're appreciative of the work that Heichal Moshe down the street has done, and we hope that HTC will have a change of heart and save these chickens that really don't need to be killed at all, according to Jewish law.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Sure. And yes, that woman is being cited.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
Uh-oh. All right, well.
And I feel bad for her son.
I
feel really bad for her son, because her son is arguing with her about everybody's right to protest, and she's just not going to have it. And the poor kid, you know, that's what it's like to live with a parent who just doesn't get it. It's hard.
Well, thank you. And it's interesting. It's an interesting philosophical issue. And wow, is this an emotional issue? That's what I could say. It's super emotional.
Yes, it is, and it's painful to watch. But we've had a lot of progress over the last few years. I mean, this is nothing like what it was before. So we're grateful for that. There's work to do, but we'll do it. We're going to change the culture, you know. And thank you. I have so much more to say, but I won't say it because you got other people to talk to.
I want to hear from you. I just don't want to. I don't want to be that person who just keeps the camera on your face.
It's all good. No, I just think it's important for people to understand this is not a First Amendment attack. The other side, the ones who are killing the chickens, are trying to define it as a First Amendment issue. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about cruelty for every bit, shape, and form leading up to the slaughter. Some of us are against the slaughter altogether. Some of us are saying if you're going to do this ritual, do it in a way that doesn't hurt the animals any more than any other situation. I personally feel really bad because so many of these animals are sourced from spent hens on factory farms, and they are in miserable condition. They all have osteoporosis. They all have broken bones because they're coming in on these trucks. They should never be transported off of those factory farms. So it's cruelty upon cruelty.
Yeah, I never thought about where did they come from.
Yeah.
They come from the factory farms where they've never walked on grass.
Exactly.
They've never seen the sky.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's terrible.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Sure.
So much
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, and we have the noted my hero, who everybody is telling me they're going vegan because of What the Health, Kip.
What the health? What's that?
If I had a nickel, Kip Anderson, the director-producer, along with his amazing colleague, Keegan Kuhn of What the Health and Cowspiracy, and you are turning more people vegan, Kip. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's great. That's great. It's about time. It's about time, right? But it's great to hear the message is getting out there to the mainstream masses now. So we're super stoked. It's happening. It's happening fast.
Well, thank you for doing an incredible film. Wow. And oh, you do? Wow. Yeah. Well, you know, I said I didn't want to press charges because I wanted prosecution.
What did it see?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
At this point, any help I can't get into it.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, wow. This is pretty intense.
Yeah, so that's why we can't. We used to be able to get back there. They've now closed that off. You know, it gets our space to protest gets smaller and smaller. The First Amendment is suddenly an area instead of a right.
So you do this every year?
Yes, we do.
Who are you?
We're animal activists and Jewish people who are against this, Persian people who are against this.
Most of the people protesting are you?
I say some of them are. I am. I was.
Okay.
Not anymore.
As soon as I'm done, I'll do it.
Patty, stuff like that. Yeah.
Patty, I want to ask you because there are people who this is a confusing issue, and some people might say, well, is anybody here being like anti-Semitic? Now I know the majority of people here, it seems to me, I haven't done a survey, but they seem to be of the Jewish faith.
I don't know how many Jewish people there are here. I was raised Jewish. I don't identify with the religion anymore until they show compassion for other animals. I can't be part of it. But
what is your objection to this?
My objection is the animal cruelty, for one thing, and the fact that this is really going against Jewish law, as I said before to you, Jane. Jewish law forbids animal cruelty, which this is, and superstition, which this is. So, as a former Jew, I feel it's my duty to come out here not only to speak for the chickens who I care about and have been a voice for many years, but also to try to get the small sect of these Jewish people to stop this. And Rabbi Jonathan Klein just pointed out that another synagogue right here in Woodland Hills is no longer doing this. They can stop this. There are other choices. Use coins, use flowers. As I said before, the head rabbi of Israel has said this is wrong. Use coins, use flowers, use whatever, just don't use sentient beings. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you, Patty Shanker. There are so many. Patty is an amazing activist who has done so much over the years for animals. So it's amazing to see so many major animal activists here at this protest. So
we are growing and growing and growing. We have become a major movement. Please join us in showing kindness and compassion to all living beings. Please. Thank you, Jane. Boy, I got into it because
wow. Yeah, I know. As we wrap up, I want to say that some people wanted me to press charges against the lady who grabbed my selfie stick and my camera, which is how I report for Jane Unchained. And I elected not to because, you know what? The whole history of our world is a history of just violence, retribution, and I just wanted to break that cycle. Had I been injured, I might have a different opinion, but it was a scuffle, and you know what? It's an emotional issue. I just want to try to practice peace. So, thanks to all of you for weighing in, and you caught it on tape. You can watch the whole thing. It happened right live. Okay, Jane Velez-Mitchell for Jane Unchained.